This isn't gonna be one of my typical Overwatch videos. This video is gonna be more of just me explaining my cases, since it seems I haven't done a good job of that recently, although there's gonna be some of that good clip reaction stuff. As well, it just seems like people have big misconceptions on what I believe, what evidence I have, and I figured since people still talk about me when it comes to this and say I was just witch hunting people I disliked, I'd put everything on the table for you to decide. So you've been around in the community, that you probably know who these two people are. I'm of course talking about Jaden and Robo, aka Friedivine and RoboDank. In this video, I will talk about my cases against both of them and why I think they cheated in competitive. However, before I start, I need to explain a few things. Firstly, there are a lot of people I dislike in this community, and there have been a lot more in the past that I've disliked as well. I haven't accused anybody I simply dislike of cheating to try and muddy the waters. The only situation that is comparable to that hypothetical is Depensed, and my entire issue in that instance was not looking at in-game clips. I looked at everything besides the gameplay to come to the conclusion he was cheating, and I recognized after my third Overwatch, I looked back at his case and realized there wasn't good enough evidence, and that's why I unbanned him. In these two recent instances, I looked at gameplay first, and then additional context to come to my conclusions. Secondly, if you look at my Overwatch videos, none of the people in the videos are people I disliked prior to making to the videos. Bodonator was a no-name in CPFO, Miku was someone I was neutral towards, and who actually helped stream matches for PFDL and CPFO. Dolkin was someone who I had literally never interacted with, and Adam was someone I had also interacted with maybe once or twice. The context for which I determined they were cheating was after the following. For Bodonator, it was after a CPFO match when I got his match logs and knew he was using RCM. For Miku, I was linked a bizarre clip that I reacted to that went viral. For Dolkin, I just watched all of his montages. And for Adam, I just watched his watch list recording versus Azon on Warehouse. All of this is to say, I was consistent in my methodology, and I've used the same methodology in this instance as well. In a moment, I will present the clips I used to come to my determination in each case, and I will add explanations for the clips in real time while I watch them. After I present the clips, I will also present additional context which reaffirms my conclusions. However, before looking at the clips, I want to introduce a new way that I will present them. Since in past Overwatch videos it seems like there was a disconnect between clips which I thought were most important and how much other people focused on them. I'm going to add a rating system for each clip. These ratings go from level 1 to level 4. A level 1 clip is a clip that is a little suspicious but not really indicative of anything. These clips are the most common and only really mean something when paired with level 2 and higher clips. Most players out there probably have some level 1 clips for themselves. A level 2 clip is one that's a little more suspicious and involves behavior that you wouldn't see from a legit player. Explanations other than cheating are probable but not concrete. A level 3 clip is a simple case of Occam's razor. These are clips where the easiest explanation for them is that the person is cheating. These are usually going to be things that are subtle, but when analyzed closer say a lot. A level 4 clip is just blatant cheating, where there's absolutely no doubt that the person is cheating. My Overwatch videos don't really deal with these, and this video won't have any, but Miku probably had some in her Overwatch. Lastly, I may also end a level with a 0.5. These are just instances where it's borderline for me. In this video, there will be level 1.5 and 2.5 clips, but not level 3.5 clips. Without further ado, I'll send it to my live commentary analysis of the clips. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. I'm doing like a it's sort of an Overwatch, but it's not a real Overwatch since I don't got like POV clips. I just have my clips from like finals and shit, and some other people's clips. But yeah, as a live comm, we're gonna go over the clips. Obviously, I think I already explained the level system, but anyways, it's in the top right here. Aside from that, is there anything else? Oh, I do want to say all of the clips for Jaden here, they're all from the upper bracket game from season 2, so there aren't any other clips from any other scrims, so yeah, and also I'll be drinking water throughout. But anyways, I'm gonna play the whole clip. I'm gonna go back through, talk about it, tell you why I gave it the level I did, and yeah.
Hitting bridge.
Okay, back. I'm gonna mute the sound because the sound doesn't matter since it's from my POV. So. Okay, so that's that whole clip. Pretty much the reason it's a 1.5 is So like I said, a level 1 is a little suspicious and a level 2 is not like normal behavior. And I mean honestly, and obviously if you go back, you see like around this point, you can see how he's like for some reason like standing behind the wall and looking to the right and to the left, which is conveniently towards two different people. So it's a little weird. It's slightly above like a level 1 because of like it seems to be purposeful where he's looking, but again, it's not like the biggest thing to focus on. So that's that clip. Alright, there's a different clip. That's that. So you can see here what's weird about this clip is that again, you shouldn't be able to hear Jimmy on the ladder. So it's a little weird how he's popped up looking exactly at Jimmy, especially since Jimmy is hidden. He can't be, spotted or anything, so it's not like Jaden knows exactly where he is, and like I said, you can't hear them on the ladder, so it's pretty suspicious how he's jumping up looking directly at Jimmy with like a perfect timing on the jump up, but it's not super duper weird because he could have heard him at the bottom of the ladder. He probably did, but again, it's just weird. He has the perfect timing when jumping up into the peak to kill Jimmy, so that's why that one is also a level 1.5. Okay, that's that whole clip. So this is a level 2.5 mainly because, right, because if you're playing this position, you're usually going to check this shit behind you, right? He doesn't even peek purple hallway, which is really weird. Because usually if you're playing that position, you're at least going to jiggle a part of your body, or at least enough to be able to see down the hallway to see if anybody's at least looking down the hallway. You don't need to commit to a peek or a fight, but that's usually what you're going to do. Jaden isn't doing that. He's just looking at the wall in that general direction. And as well, isn't even worried about bottom purple at all. You can hear bottom purple, but it's still something you should be checking regularly just in case. And he doesn't have a teammate looking down there either. So that is a little suspicious, and as well it seems like just the next angle he takes is this exact angle where Nathan's about to peek. So, or is that Nathan? Yeah, that's Nathan right there. So that's why it's a level 2.5. It's pretty weird, especially since he isn't properly checking angles like a normal player would. But at the same time, it's not a level 3 because you can argue that footsteps played a factor into it. It's just doubtful because, again, you're not always going to hear the footsteps of somebody in that hallway unless they're running down. Somebody could be holding that angle, and it's weird you at least don't check for that, because that's obviously going to be something you check for if you're playing inside purple like that. So it's pretty weird, and as well, you know, just looking through walls generally. So we are now on to the next clip. Okay, this one is actually kind of hard to spot, and I think people are going to be wondering how the hell is this a level 3, because like I said in my definitions, a level 3 is the simplest explanation is that they are cheating. So we're going to go back and we're going to slow it down, and I'm going to show you what I mean when I say the only explanation for me is that they are cheating. So we're gonna go ahead and slow it down. He gets the kill on me. The kill is fine. It's when he's crossing over to red. You can see, firstly, if we go frame by frame here, if it'll work. Okay, so firstly, you can see that he looks. I gotta slow it down again. Sorry about that. I'll play it full speed and then slow it down a little bit. Anyways, he's pushing here. You can see at about this timestamp, he looks directly at the guy ticket. I don't know why it's skipping. That must have been an error with the recording. But anyways, he can't see through the door through ticket, right? You can see exactly what he can see. His head lines up with the door. He can only see mid yellow. He looks at the guy ticket, and then very quickly he looks to the guy at brown box. You can see it right here. I don't know why the frame rate is being weird on this, but you can see if it moves another frame. You can see he also glances here. Now, he also shouldn't be able to see anybody at brown box. So it's automatic. So first he looks at the guy ticket through the wall, and then he looks at the guy near brown box through the wall. That's pretty weird, isn't it? That's pretty suspicious. And then if you keep going throughout the clip, he's also looking directly at Nathan before he peeks. Although it's not super weird since Nathan got a kill. But these other two especially, unless you want to say both of them are spotted, which is highly doubtful. It doesn't look like any of them are fighting. So if I slow it down... Why does it skip? I don't know why it skips this frame, but... I'm pretty sure that's Nathan and Bryce over there, and they aren't on the kill feed. So I don't think they're fighting anybody. So, one, I'm pretty sure they're not spotted, and two, like I said, he's looking at all three people through the wall here. So it's like, if you can potentially say they're spotted, but it's highly, highly, highly unlikely. You could maybe bump this down to a 2.5, but for me it's a 3 because I'm pretty sure they aren't spotted. So now on to the next clip. Okay, this one's pretty weird. I was kind of debating putting this at a level 3, but I think everybody notices what's off immediately with this clip. If you don't, obviously I'll explain it here, but it's just weird how when he's going to pre-aim through the door, he's automatically looking at the floor directly at Jimmy. Now, if you're somebody rounding this corner, you're not looking down there while peeking. I know Jimmy is shooting, so it's not like a level 3 clip where it's like super obvious, but I don't think you're going to recognize that quickly while playing that you need to be aiming down there for the kill. Again, it's not improbable, it's just really fucking weird how you do that. And I don't think any other player will do that at like this level of play, so that's why it's a level 2.5 for me. Okay, I have this one as a level 1 because it's kind of weird. It's a little suspicious. See, that's mostly the whole clip, but it's just weird how he kills Bryce and then like looks slightly to the right, and there's a guy to the right, and then he swings back to the left and looks towards the left. I'm not sure if this guy just got a kill or not, or if he was shooting. Okay, it looks like he did just shoot, but yeah, it's still a little weird for me. But it's only a level 1, so again, not something to super focus on when looking at the clip. Is a level 1.5. This one is only weird because of the timing. You see if I slow it down here, he like prones and looks through the doorway like as soon as this guy is jumping down, and it feels like it takes him a second to register that like that guy is on the other side of the wall. And again, it's only a level 1.5. It's it's not like super weird, but also at the same time, the movement there is weird because you should be trying to get to the boxes as soon as possible if you're worried about the angle, but he doesn't do that. He like, I don't know, it like takes him a couple seconds to register what's happening. So it's a weird clip, but it's only 1.5. So again, not something to super focus on. Now this one is definitely weird. You'll notice the kill here. He pre-fires the absolute fuck out of me. But the reason it's only a level 1 is because he possibly could have heard me. But I want to provide, some more context for this clip because, one, so I was listening to Bryce's POV of the recording and I couldn't hear myself. And I know that teammates' footsteps are quieter, but I thought I'd be able to hear my footsteps if I had the little glitch with my feet, but I wasn't able to hear anything. And as well, I was actually watching Sammer's recording of this clip, because if you look near the bottom left towards the minimap, he's about here or whatever, so he wouldn't have been in a position to hear me. But he actually asks Jaden in the recording if he heard me, and Jaden just didn't reply. Again, that's not something to read into too much, but I think it's something to consider. But again, this is a level 1 clip, not the most suspicious in the world, but it's definitely one that kind of, I don't know. I thought it was weird when it happened. If you want to hear the audio, I know I said something in the audio after this kill. I don't know if it's included in the video, but I'll have the links for all these clips in the description, so if you want to check them out, go for it. Alright, this is a level 2.5. Again, I think this one's pretty weird. Like, pretty weird. So the kill onto me isn't weird, right? The kill onto me is fine. He spots me, kills me, it's whatever. Then he looks towards Blue Warehouse, then like, for some reason, he like looks to the left through the wall here for no reason. I don't know why. But as well, it's also weird how when he's moving up to the door, one, he's looking towards C, towards the people through the wall. Again, it's not super big there, but then he's also like looking directly at Build as he's peeking into the doorway. And you do see after I respawn, he does get the kill onto Build too. So I think that part is probably the weirdest, but also the way he's like flicking around and looking everywhere is really suspicious too. Like how he's looking through the wall. You see like, especially what he's exposed to here, he's not really looking to the right towards like window or towards Blue Warehouse where they'd come from. He just checked them like momentarily and then is pretty much trained towards this direction where all of the players on the enemy team are. Usually if I'm playing this situation and I'm right here, I'm going to be looking towards the right because those are the guys I'm not going to be able to hear that could shoot me, and I'm going to use my ears to listen for anybody near the doorway. And it's just weird how he does look in those positions, but he only scans them instead of actually focusing on them and then using his ears to focus on everything else. I think that part makes it a 2.5 for me. A player with experience would do that, in my opinion. And then, yeah, there's looking at build the whole time. And you can even see, if you slow it down here, go like frame by frame, you can see as he jumps here, he actually goes out of the animation for running and starts like aiming at build. So it looks like he's about to do a pre-fire. See, you can see the stock start to come up here, starts to go in. That means he's aiming, and he, again, it's like he's jumping into it and aiming at the same time. So he shouldn't really be able to react that quickly or see build. So that's why it's a 2.5 for me. Okay, so this one is again weird because of all the flicking around he's doing. It's a level 2, so it's like decently suspicious, not super indicative of anything. So he kills me, then he flicks immediately onto like Zosh and Bryce. And you can see here, after he like vaults, he can't see Zasha here, but he dolphin dives out and is like getting ready to aim in at Zasha, who he can't see yet. So again, we're going to slow it down. We'll go frame by frame, if it'll load. He dolphin dives up. Remember, can't see Zosh. And then you can see the stock start to come in like we talked about earlier, and he's already aiming at Zosh and shooting at him. So this one is one where I probably could have made it like a 2.5, but we stuck with 2 for this ranking. But yeah, I think it's pretty suspicious if you just slow it down like that and really look at it closely. So that's why it is a level 2. But again, it could be a level 2.5. Okay, so this one's a level 2.5. There are like 2 really big things that stick out to me in this clip. One, there's obviously like at the end of the clip here, you can see how once again he's like dolphin diving into this angle, getting ready for Jimmy to peek the door, even though Jimmy doesn't peek, but I think the more suspicious thing is, so after he kills me, he looks towards a window, but then he can't. You can see from his perspective, he can't actually see through the window, you know. And you could, and he's clearly looking up too. He's not looking down near mid ramp. You can see by where the crosshair is placed, he's looking up, right? So he's checking window while not being able to see anything into window. And he's also just not worried about blue ramp at all while moving to terrace, which is really, really weird. He seems to be laser fucking focused on this like the bridge Beppis area. So, and also just the way he dives out and looks at Jimmy. I think it's really weird how he's like super ready for that fight. But again, that could come down to footsteps. But I don't think someone's gonna be that ready for an engagement. So those are all the things. And again, it's pretty easy to clear him if you just say like, oh, there's somebody window, he looks there and then he doesn't react. But there isn't anybody window. They're all towards these positions, and he shouldn't really know that, since I don't. Again, if his team is communicating that, then he should have absolutely no reason to look to the left. But instead he is, and he's looking at it through the wall. So again, it's a really weird situation here. So that's why it's a level 2.5 for me. Okay, this one to me. Okay, this one to me is blatant as shit. Sorry if you like get a seizure from Bryce spamming tab. By the way, I don't know, he's a sped or something. But anyways, what's weird about this clip, and I don't think it's like super hard to see, but again, the way he looks directly at Build through the wall is pretty weird. And you're gonna see this again. It's like that clip that happened on Metro, where he looked at all three people through the wall. This is sort of the same thing, and we'll see more clips of this too in just a bit. But he does this thing where he looks directly at people through the wall and like tracks them. But that might not even be like the weirdest part of the clip. Well, I guess it's tied. So there's the looking directly at Build, and then if you slow it down here, you can see how like he's pre-aiming Zosh before he's even around the corner. But again, Zosh did just like get a kill, so it's not super weird, but it's still really weird. You see, he starts the aiming animation right around here. You can see as he moves to the left, he's like aiming, and he's looking at Zosh. So Zosh will be on radar, but he shouldn't be spotted because he killed the people that were fighting him. So again, it's really weird how that's like, again, like a pre-aim through the wall. I think for me this is pretty clear, especially with the looking at Build and then the pre-aim. So that's why it's a level 3. You could argue maybe it's a 2.5, but for me it's a 3. This is a level 1.5. This is pretty much the clip. So this isn't like the most suspicious, and this is actually right before the other clip I told you about where he like looks window and then goes to is like looking at Jimmy through the door here. But the weird part about this clip to me is how like he pretty much, it's like he reacts to me super jumping behind E-Box. That's what's weird to me. Like when I'm in the air jumping up, he's like jumping to try and counter that. And again, he can't hear me while I'm midair. So it's just a weird like pre-action to win the gunfight. So that's why I have it as a 1.5. It's pretty weird. I don't think anybody really does stuff like that, especially like no, you're not gonna know the guy behind E-Box is super jumping, so it's weird to like jump like that. So that's why I have it at that. Alright, so I have this as a level 2.5. This is another instance of like he's not checking the angles he's supposed to be. So again, we're going into like when you go through this door, I think that when you go through this door, you're exposing yourself entirely to spawn window, which is a really likely place for people to be, right? So it's pretty weird to not look there at all. Like that, like spawn window should be your number one importance while at this position. Again, because you're exposed to that position more than you are to the right. You can use your footsteps to listen for people going to the right. So it's weird how he only looks towards people. He only looks towards people that are to the right, moving out of blue warehouse. That to me is really weird. And then he does look to the right to look at the frag. I don't think that's anything weird because you can see a frag coming, but yeah, that it's a 2.5 because again, he's looking directly at people and ignoring the angles he should be focused on. So that's why it's a 2.5. This one's not this one's not super big. It's just like that these shots onto the guy behind the barrier. I just think that the reason I have it here is because I think the right play for Zasha is to not stay up here and to move over to like Jimmy or mid ramp, but instead he stays behind the barrier, which once again it's like the unoptimal play. But for some reason Jaden still spams it, like expecting to get the kill too. So that's why it's weird to me, and I have it there as like a level 2. So we'll go on to the next clip now. Okay. You see, I think it's pretty easy to see why I have this as a level 3. So, we're gonna look. So, here, I'll slow it down. There we go. Oh, so, I mean, firstly, everybody can fucking see it, right? He can't see Jimmy. He can't see Jimmy at all. And I mean, it's possible he's spotted, but I don't know, it's really weird to look there for that whole fucking time to me. Like, that's really weird. And then you can even see, like, if I slow it down even more here, after he goes to the box, you can see, again, he like flicks over to look at the other people. So he looks, and then he looks at Build, and then he looks back at Jimmy. And then he's looking at me, he's looking at Build as he peeks out. And yeah, this one's pretty weird, especially the whole looking at Jimmy thing, since I'm pretty sure Jimmy was just hiding to heal. That one is pretty bad. And he's also not shooting. I don't think he's shooting in this clip either. So he shoots here. And then after that, he's not shooting. He's not shooting. He's not peeking. And he's not shooting. So if he's spotted and somebody isn't killing him, then, I mean, it kind of just deserved to lose that season. But I'm pretty sure he's hit it here. And this is a really weird fucking clip. Alright, this one for me is the weirdest fucking clip in the whole video. And I know we've seen some weird ones, and hopefully I've explained them well, but this one to me is fucking blatant as shit. So, again, we'll slow it down. We'll slow it down for if you didn't see it. So, 1. Stops, looks at Jimmy through the wall. Moves his crosshair a little bit, looks directly at me through the wall. Then, he gets ready to fight Zasha through the wall. Zasha isn't spotted or on radar, by the way. He's not shooting. And then he actually does end up getting the kill. You can see in the kill feed. Oh, wait, he actually doesn't. So I guess Zasha went inside Gazebo. I thought he did. My bad. I gotta do my homework. But, yeah, so if you're looking at people through the fucking wall constantly, you're cheating. I hope we all can agree on that at the very least. If you're looking through the fucking wall at people directly, you're cheating. And again, he can't hear me or Jimmy. We're all the way over here. He's on the fucking point. But again, he stops to look at Jimmy, then he moves a little and then looks at me and then goes out to look at Zosh. That's cheating, dog. That's cheating. And again, I don't know. Apparently, a little birdie told me the weirdest fucking clip in this video is like the one where I'm behind the door. But this one is fucking. He's looking at people through the wall. How is that not cheating? How? Anyways, next clip. Okay. Okay. Now, again, you may have... This clip... I don't know, it's hard to see. It's hard to see exactly what's wrong here, so... I want you guys to notice on radar at the beginning here, or in the kill feed, excuse me. In the kill feed, Bill just died, and throughout this whole clip, he's not going to be shooting at anyone either. Just notice the kill feed. Okay, also, it's a little weird how you just go out and look directly at this, but that's not even the biggest part of the clip, so it's whatever. Again, Build's not shooting. You can see on radar, too. But at the end here, if you go frame by frame, we're going to see one of the same things Jaden's been doing this entire fucking recording. He's looking directly at Build, and you can see the suppressors start to come up, the stocks start to come in. At this angle, he cannot see Build. He cannot see build, but he's already starting to pre-aim through the box. This is blatant. This is blatant to me. Again, he can't see build. Oh, this is the last clip. Whoops. He can't see build. And he's already pre-aiming through the fucking box at him. Is that not obvious to you guys? Again, if you look at people through the fucking wall constantly, you're cheating. Okay? And I mean, not even just looking, but pre-aiming people through the wall too. He's not going to be able to hear build from there. Build wasn't on radar. He wasn't spotted. He didn't shoot at anybody. He shouldn't know he's there, but he's pre-aiming him perfectly through the box. I think that clip speaks for itself. Anyways, last clip is only a level 2. Not the biggest in the world, but you can see here how it's weird how he turns around. He's looking directly at me and then does the jump. So he can't see me at this angle. He looks directly at me. He jumps and then he aims directly at me through the floor. Again, because he can't see me from this angle. So he aims directly at me and is tracking me, and then also tracks me before I'm about to peek him. So if I slow it down here, you can see he starts aiming directly at me as I'm about to peek out. And guess what? I actually kill him because I'm a goated ass gamer and I'm not cheating. You can see that in my fucking recording for this match. So I don't know. People told me I was crazy because I thought these clips were indicative of cheating. If you think I'm crazy, go ahead and tell me, dog. I mean, I feel like you have... I don't know. I feel like you have to have a certain bias to not realize these clips are indicative of cheating, but... Or you're stupid. You could just be stupid. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's a little mean. Hopefully I explained it well. And yeah, that's my explanation for all the Jaden clips, so have a good one. Or continue watching the video, because we still got Robo to talk about. Alright, so there are the clips. Now I'm going to provide some additional context to the whole situation. After the match these clips are from, he was banned for his part in the whole Bryce situation in SCL, but was unbanned pretty early into Season 3. Now I mention this because during Season 3, he dropped off a fucking cliff. Now I'm not talking about a slight drop off, I'm talking he went from being a top 3 player in the game to one of the bottom 3 players on his team. Now I know what people will say, and that's that he didn't play the game very much. The problem is, he never played the game very much. At the end of Season 3, he was around rank 103. He was level 75 when he first came into CPFO 3 years ago. 16 months ago, at the end of Season 1, he was level 94. And then during the upper bracket match, where all the clips are from, he was level 100. He never played the game much at all. That was one of the reasons he was such an oddity. As well, there were some people saying that he's a quote-unquote trusted old gen. So let me explain the situation. Early on, when he came into comp, there were people that thought he was cheating. There were maybe a couple sus clips, but not enough to be definitive. However, over time, there have always been accusations. In fact, I was even messaged by a fairly popular streamer with his own suspicions. I brushed them off because, again, there simply weren't enough clips for there to be anything definitive. During that whole span, there wasn't really enough to put him on recording, so he has not once ever recorded an entire PF match. Not once. Which is shocking to say the least. Nowadays, it's essentially a given that every up-and-coming player records at least once in either PFMM or SCL, and he hasn't recorded once. Well, actually, that last part is a lie. He did record once. Last season, when I called him out, I told him to record his matches. He ended up recording just one scrim, which he didn't even upload, but I think the screenshots speak for themselves. I have legitimately never seen him go negative in any scrim or match. And in this scrim, he went negative all 3 maps and nearly went double negative on his best map, Metro. Aside from Miku, that is the biggest drop off of any player I've seen while on recording. If you took the nameplate off, you'd probably assume it was a minors player that DI had to get to sub in. But even then, a minors player would probably have done better. This was the final nail in the coffin for me, combined with the clips, the added context, it all just lined up too much for him to not be cheating. That is my conclusion, but hey, I guess I could be proven wrong, as I can in both situations. Just record your gameplay and do good while recording. It's that simple of a concept. If you don't put up on recording, then you're cheating. I don't know when we strayed away from that concept, but it's fairly bulletproof. When other top players record, they do good. Not Jaden, though, and that's all there really is to say.